this year, and last year I didn't plant it, but I had this big, beautiful house that was just gorgeous. Came back every year, and it was so beautiful. And I came back the second time last year, and it was chewed off right to the ground.
Oh, deer?
So these must be offshoots of it that are coming back.
Deer, or do you think
the deer?
Oh, okay.
It looks like the flowers have been eaten off.
Probably them same pesky deer.
Yeah, these things are growing. No, I'm pleased. I was afraid it was going to be really bad.
Right. It is so nice here.
So
this is where Grandpa is, and this is where I'm going to be.
Yeah. Grandma's got it set up, ready to go.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and I asked him if he and his wife had plots yet, because they were from Milwaukee originally, and I said, you know, have you ever get that where you couldn't end up? Oh, no. I never even thought about it. Well, you know, maybe we should.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I've got mine. My name is on the headstone. Oh, he thought that was terrible.
Aw.
My name's on the headstone. It's all set for me just to put my date of death on down there. But it saves the children.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, you're saving the family from
I
having
was
to...
so glad when my parents bought their lot, because then when my dad died first, of course it saved my mom in a problem of getting a lot, and they even had the stone there, so they had all that taken care of. When they bought the lot, they went to visit my sister that next day, and they told my sister, oh, we just bought a little bit of land, and my sister is thinking, cottage. Bought land at a lake. We're going to have a cottage, you know. She said she's all excited. And he says, yep, we bought a cemetery plot.
Oh, that's not quite what I was hoping.
No, that wasn't what she had in mind.
Oh.
But we were glad, you know, it was taken care of. And we had the lot bought, but we didn't have the stone. I could never get Grandpa to go and get the stone.
Yeah, I remember Dad saying when you guys had come back from tending to the plot at one point, I don't know what you were doing, but that Grandpa was actually kind of shaken up by it. So, was that accurate?
I waited till Tim came that year, and then we bought the next year, in fact, because Grandpa died in December.
Right.
And Tim came the next year in September, and then I had him go with me to pick up the stone.
Okay.
Obviously, we aren't as ostentatious as my parents, but
Yeah.
it's a nice, comfortable little.
No, it is. It's
And I'm
wonderful.
so glad to see those come back. So yes, it is lovely out here.
Yeah, I can see why you like walking out here. I would too. This is really
I
nice.
did, and then at times I'd start looking at the stones because I know so many of these people.
Do you now?
Yeah, they were parents of my friends, and now my friends are out here. And I walk and I find myself wandering way off the path because there's always one more stone to look at.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, I'd be way off someplace. Now, my brother's wife is way down there, so that's where he will
Great
be.
Aunt Jean.
Yeah.
The one who always wore the nice sweatsuits to church.
That's what Susie. Yeah, I told this story about when we were going to Marion's, my sister's new house. They just built this big new house up on a wooded hill. And so she invited Arthur and Jean and Dad and I to come for dinner on a Sunday to see their new house. So it's a Sunday and a new house, and so I get all dressed up. I wear my mink coat, and Jean comes along in her sweatsuit. And she must have felt a little self-conscious because then finally she did say something about, well, it was an expensive sweatsuit, though.
Oh,
you know.
well, yes. The price tag does make a difference.
That's what gives everything. It was an expensive sweatsuit. So, yeah, this is it.
Oh, see, I like being outside anyway. So
I do too.
This is nice. And the weather up here is so nice compared to back home. It was an oppressive muggy all last week. I mean, one of those you felt like you were swimming.
Well, it was bad here last week, though, too.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was really hot.
Yeah, because that heat dome, they said it covered almost the entire country.
Well, I don't miss the house, but I do miss the yard. Because in the evening, I would always go out before I go to bed when the weather was nice, like in the summer, and I'd have a glass of wine sitting out in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be so quiet and peaceful. And I could see fireflies, and it just was so nice to sit there. Whereas I sit on my porch, the highway is over the berm, so
Yeah.
you can hear that.
Yeah.
Plus now all the air conditioners are going on.
You
So
hear
you
all
got
the
all that
running.
roaring. You're like
Yeah.
it's sitting under a railroad track. And I keep thinking, I sit out there at night and I think, oh, how peaceful and quiet it was back at home in my house. But the house I don't miss, but I do miss that quiet
The yard,
yard.
yeah. All right.
Okay, are we ready?
Oh yeah, whenever you're ready, Grandma. We're just along for the ride. Yeah, don't try not to walk on anybody, Stefan.
Now these people their children were good, their daughter, a good friend of mine. I played bridge with her.
Uh-huh.
And I often mentioned coming, to be sure my parents' grave was taken care of, and if there are flowers like now, I would pick off those dead flowers, but now it's too hard for me to bend over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she said, I would often do that in your parents. so we used to take care of each other's graves.
Well, that's wonderful. Now, is this her, though?
So this now would be...
Is this her? No, she's still alive. They're both still alive. Okay.
Ken would be her son. That was their son.
Oh, okay.
And this would be his wife.
I see.
So I
Okay.
don't know where the daughters are going. They had 2 daughters.
Hmm.
But they were good friends, real good friends of my parents. And she loved bridge. She just loved bridge.
Well, didn't everybody back then?
Well, a lot of people did. But I mean, she told me, I just lived to play bridge. She said, I get up in the morning, I can't wait to get off and play bridge.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, that's cool.
Now, I can go along here, and I know all these people. They're all from Kohler. And
Yeah?
this man used to be the shop teacher at Kohler School.
Okay.
Ask your dad if you remember Leo Eben. Ask him if he remembers Leo Eben.
I will ask. Did he have all his fingers?
No.
Shop teachers never have all their
one,
fingers.
One finger, half of it was gone.
Oh, poor man.
And he was strict, ran a strict class, and we found out David got put under the table one time. If he didn't behave, he made you sit under the table. And I found out David, of all kids, had to sit under the table.
Not Uncle David.
Yeah. And these people used to belong to our church. In fact, they lived right behind us, where my house is.
Mm-hmm.
They lived right behind our garage.
Oh, okay.
And I can go, down the line like that, and
Yep.
I know everybody.
Well, then you'll be in good company when
Yeah. And we'll be with
it's your turn.
all the Kohler people.
I was going to ask what kind of flowers those are, but they're fake.
Yeah. I won't do these. I won't do no flowers at all.
Yeah.
Now, this fellow used to be one of my guides when I was working, and we did factory tours for the plumbers and distributors.
Right.
And he was one of my guides, and he was just the neatest guy. I liked him.
Okay.
He had his 90th birthday, and the family held a party for him,
Mm-hmm.
and had just family, except me, Reuben and I. He insisted that I be invited
what a
to
sweetheart.
his party. He was a sweetheart. This fellow lived, I lived right up the street
Okay.
from my house.
Right.
And his dad, Grandma Haack used to play cards together a lot. And his dad and Jim and Reuben and his dad would get together and play cards.
Cool.